Celebrity Cruises has gone and done it again. Celebrity Ascent emerges as a breathtaking marvel in the world of cruising, setting sail with a blend of elegance and innovation which you can expect from any Edge-class ship. With its captivating design and the promise of a luxurious journey, this, like the other Edge sisters, has become a sought-after dream for cruise enthusiasts. In this review, we'll explore whether Celebrity Ascent lives up to the grand expectations or whether she's an improved ship to Celebrity Beyond. As passengers step aboard, they are greeted by the grandeur of the Grand Plaza, which is the ship's atrium. A 3-deck high marvel with expansive glass windows, bringing in a flood of natural light, with its innovative design and spaciousness sets the tone for the ship's luxurious ambience. The design ethos of Celebrity Ascent is a continuation of the groundbreaking Edge class, offering a visually and tactically pleasing experience. The ship feels like a floating high-end hotel, with every corner exuding sophistication. The scent of the ship adds to its allure, varying subtly across different areas, enhancing the sensory experience. Accommodation on Celebrity Ascent ranges from cosy interior cabins to lavish retreat suites. The infinite veranda staterooms, a signature feature, offer a unique experience, although they come with their limitations. This grade of accommodation measures 243 square feet, which is on the high side of a balcony cabin on a cruise ship sitting in the premium cruise category. Although the bathroom and living area in the stateroom feels spacious, wardrobe space is limited, and it can be troublesome accessing the wardrobes, which are a little too close to the bed or the sofa depending on the configuration. While the concept of a balcony window is innovative, practical issues arise. With the lack of traditional balcony space, an automatic disabling of air conditioning upon opening the window can be inconvenient. It's also worth knowing that these infinite verandas can be disabled without notice from the bridge when the ship is experiencing bad weather, a withdrawal of freedom which won't be appreciated by many. The deluxe porthole view with the veranda rooms offer a more traditional balcony experience, albeit with a smaller outdoor space. However, the automatic shutting off of the air conditioning when the door is unlocked is a drawback for those seeking a balance between fresh air and a comfortable indoor temperature. Cabins and suites are thoughtfully designed, blending style and functionality. The power outlet box in each cabin is a clever addition, allowing for a clutter-free space. The floating desk is a smart space-saving feature, although it does pose a minor inconvenience with the chair placement. The beds are comfortable, though they don't quite reach the peak of luxury of some competitors, namely Princess and Holland America. Celebrity Ascent's bathrooms are spacious and well equipped, a pleasant deviation from the typically cramped cruise ship bathrooms you find with competing lines. However, the lack of premium toiletries is a notable absence. Considering the ship's upscale positioning in the market, Holland America, Cunard and P&O all offer premium and luxury toiletries to their guests. It would be great if Celebrity could too. The ship's class system is subtly present, with various accommodations offering different levels of perks and access. The Retreat class stands out with its exclusive areas and top-tier services, although its pricing is a topic of debate, especially when priced comparably with some of the ultra-luxury cruise lines. As a Retreat guest, you won't only have a stunning suite, you'll have access to the exclusive Retreat Sun Deck, which is nothing short of stunning. For breakfast and dinner, you'll also be able to dine in Lumine, an incredible main dining room with a menu crafted by Michelin star chef Daniel Boulud. While Lumine is beautifully decorated and the food we experienced was superb, it doesn't quite hit the mark in the way that Queen's Grill with Cunard does with ease. It's undoubtable that Retreat offers an upgrade and luxurious cruise experience, and you do get access to the exclusive Retreat Lounge, but to us, it just seems a tad overpriced, and you could find cheaper cruise deals out there with some of the ultra-luxury cruise lines. AquaClass is a fair compromise if Retreat is a little out of your budget. AquaClass is usually a few $100s more than what you would pay for a standard infinite veranda, but you get a whole range of perks and benefits which justify this premium. You'll get unlimited access to the adults-only Sea Spa Thermal Suite, with priority when it comes to spa reservations and a range of exclusive spa treatment discounts. You'll also receive complimentary fitness classes, 2 bottles of water in your stateroom each day, bathrobes and slippers, a welcome bottle of sparkling wine, complimentary umbrella and binoculars, complimentary shoe shine service, and a pillow menu on request. When it comes to dining, you will dine in Blue, a restaurant which places high value on healthy living and well-prepared dishes. AquaClass staterooms also receive an expanded room service menu, which included the delicious Beyond Meat burger and fries. AquaClass is how we like to sail with Celebrity, but what about you? Let us know in the comments below. Dining on Celebrity Ascent is a highlight. with a diverse array of inclusive and extra charge options. The concept of multi-themed main dining rooms adds variety to the culinary experience. These include Cyprus, Cosmopolitan, Normandy and Tuscan. The quality of food in these restaurants is commendable, though some standard dishes could use some more creative presentation, notably the salmon and chicken breast. Other inclusive eateries aboard Celebrity Ascent include Eden Cafe, which is open for breakfast, lunch and snacks on sea days. In the adults-only solarium, you have the Spa Cafe, which serves fresh smoothies, salads and other healthier options for breakfast and lunch. If you're fancying something a little bit naughty, you'll encounter the Mars Grill near poolside, serving seriously good burgers, hot dogs and fries for no extra charge. And let's not forget the Ocean View Cafe, which is easily one of the largest buffets we've seen on a cruise ship, and definitely ranks as one of the best for food quality and variety. A good way of rating variety in a buffet for us is the frequency of putting chips or fries on our plates during a cruise, and we have to say, no fry was eaten in the Ocean View Cafe for the entire week we were on board. The variety was fast and the quality was really quite good. We're not a huge fan of buffet restaurants, but on Celebrity Ascent it gets the thumbs up. When it comes to extra charge dining venues, you are really sport for choice aboard Celebrity Ascent. You can grab light bites at several of the bars on board, including the Magic Carpet, the Craft and Social Bar which serves British pub favourites including fish and chips, and the gorgeous Sunset Bar at the aft, which serves small plates such as flatbread and hummus. You also have Café Al Baccio, where cakes and French pastries are complimentary whenever you purchase a drink here. If you have a classic or premium drinks package whilst on board, you can simply add this venue to the list of inclusive eateries. The most expensive and prestigious specialty restaurant on board is Le Voyage, which is Daniel Blue's restaurant. From the moment you step inside Le Voyage, your experience will be so much more than a meal. You'll be captivated on entry by the striking decor, which features soft tones, sumptuous seating and subtle lighting, creating an upscale yet intimate atmosphere. Starters include insanely delicious dishes like the smoked salmon and caviar cream, the peanut crusted king prawns with green Thai curry sauce, and the onion tart. For mains, you can indulge by having the best lobster risotto you'll ever likely to taste, or why not try the Brazilian mococa. The food served here was phenomenal and was worth the $75 cover charge, even if the service wasn't as good as what we experienced aboard Celebrity Beyond last year. Fine Cut Steakhouse is a favourite in the Celebrity cruise fleet. It costs $65 for a meal here, making it the most expensive steakhouse we've eaten at on a cruise ship. It's worth pointing out that neither of us eat steak, but we always make a point of eating at steakhouses on cruise ships so we can review them, and we settle for other alternatives on the menu. A crab cake is never too far away. In fact, they seem to feature on all the menus in all steakhouses at sea, it would seem, so it's fair to say we know a good crab cake when we taste one. But unfortunately, it was all pretty average here. Certainly not as good as the one served in Eden, which is the best ever. Nothing we ate here was dissatisfying or inedible, we were just expecting more. Fine Cut is almost double the price of some other steakhouses found on ships operated by competing cruise lines. And with that consideration, we expected the meal to blow our socks off, and it just didn't. Fear not, Celebrity Ascent has the best French restaurant on board that we've tried at sea. Le Grand Bistro is inspired by classic Parisian bistro, and you can try mouth-watering crepes, croissants and a whole range of French pastries and iconic sweet treats. Le Grand Bistro has a cover charge of $35 per person and is certainly a nice treat for a lunch on a sea day. Of an evening, Le Bistro transforms into one of the most unusual and entertaining restaurants at sea, Le Petit Chef. The world-renowned artists of skull mapping have created a totally new dining experience, which is beautifully choreographed with an elegant menu created by Petit Chef. You'll get to watch and listen as he makes your meal right in front of you. The meal costs $65 per person, and it's worth every bit of that. The meal isn't an experience, and it's one you must try if you haven't done so already. Roar and 5 is a sushi restaurant aboard, open for lunch and dinner each day. The specialty restaurant operates by a la carte pricing, and it's certainly one of the more expensive sushi restaurants we've eaten at, costing $84 for a couple, and we didn't even have dessert. Everything we ate here was exceptional, and despite being one of the most expensive sushi restaurants we've eaten at sea, it didn't stop us from dining here 3 times during our 7-night cruise. Eden Restaurant is one of the most sought after restaurants on the entire ship, and it's one you really must consider. It costs $65 per person, and you can savour some of the very best dishes on board. This venue sits all the way aft of the ship on deck 5, providing some of the best views on Celebrity Ascent, thanks to the colossal panoramic windows which run port to starboard. The crab cake, the sheep's milk gnocchi, the salmon, the chicken breast and the creme brulee were all divine in equal measures. This is the best restaurant in the Celebrity fleet in our opinion, and you should make a point of booking as early as possible. Specialty dining on Celebrity Ascent offers a plethora of choice, each with its unique ambience and menu. However, some restaurants like the Rooftop Garden Grill may not fully justify their additional cost in terms of food quality. Because of disappointing experiences at this venue aboard Celebrity Beyond and Apex, we never ate here during our cruise. A pity, because every other extra charge venue has proved to be phenomenal on every other Celebrity ship we've been on. Daytime activities on Celebrity Ascent are more subdued compared to other cruise lines, focusing on relaxation and low-key entertainment. On sea days, you can expect quizzes, bingo, movie showings up at the Rooftop Garden or in the theatre, music entertainment and live entertainment up at the pool. Celebrity Ascent has 4 pools in total. You have the Solarium pool located forward of deck 14 and is enclosed, making it the perfect option if weather is a little unsettled. Sun lounges are nice and comfy, and the spa cafe and Mast Grill is a stone's throw away, allowing you to stay fed and watered all day long. The Solarium is an adults only space where you must be over 16 years of age to enjoy this area. The resort pool is the main pool area on board and is certainly the largest pool we've seen at sea, measuring a massive 75 feet in length. The pool is overlooked by 2 martini hot tubs both ends of the resort deck on the port side, and really is the most beautiful pool deck we've seen at sea. Poolside entertainment takes place in the form of fitness classes, dance classes, live music entertainment and the occasional belly flop contest. If you're looking for a more chilled and relaxed environment, try the stunning cantilevered infinity plunge pools on deck 15 aft, one of the key differences to Celebrity Edge and Apex. They are surrounded by plenty of comfortable seating, and the sunset bar is just around the corner with bar service running all day long. Celebrity Ascent certainly has a more relaxed vibe during the day compared to the likes of Royal Caribbean, MSC and Carnival etc, and long may that continue. We're big fans of Royal Caribbean, but when we choose Celebrity it's because we're seeking a more relaxed and more premium experience. Admittedly, it was a bit rowdier than we're used to on this cruise, but we'll put that down to it being a New Year's Eve cruise. Celebrity Ascent also has a rather beautiful spa on board, where you can treat yourself to a pass for $69 per person or $219 per person for a week. Surprisingly, there isn't a hydrotherapy pool in the spa aboard Ascent, something which you would probably expect on a ship with so much wow factor and grandeur. As good as the thermal offerings are, we prefer the layout of the spas on Edge, Apex and Beyond. Celebrity has reduced the amount of floating chairs to make way for an increased amount of Swedish orthopedic beds. This will undoubtedly please some, but we personally prefer the spa's layout and features on the other Edge class sisters. Children, how would they fare on Celebrity Ascent? It depends if they've dipped their toes in the likes of Royal Caribbean or one of the other family-focused cruise lines. There is a children's club, but having seen what facilities exist on other cruise ships with different cruise lines, it's tiny, and children may be a bit underwhelmed. Celebrity Cruises is very much an adult-focused cruise line, which we love, but it wouldn't be our number one choice if we were going away as a family. We know that if we were children, we wouldn't be bored on here, but if you have children that expect the water slides, the surf simulators and the bumper cars, there could be tears and tantrums. Celebrity Ascent really comes to life at night, and that is when you appreciate her as a ship. She has some of the best bars at sea, particularly the famous Martini Bar in the Grand Plaza. The cocktails are sensational, and every cocktail comes with viewing pleasure and entertainment. The live music performed here is sensational and gives the Grand Plaza an exorbitant atmosphere. It's worth pointing out that Edge class cruise ships, including Celebrity Ascent, represent a significant shift in cruise ship design, particularly in terms of entertainment venues and spaces. Unlike many traditional cruise ships that feature numerous large bars and lounges, the Edge class emphasises a more selective approach. These ships primarily offer 3 major entertainment venues: the theatre, Eden and the club. This contrasts with the expansive bar spaces like the Sky Observation Lounge found on Solstice class ships. Instead, the Edge class focuses on creating a variety of smaller, more intimate settings, such as the Craft and Social Bar, where guests can relax and unwind. Additionally, there's a noticeable increase in larger dining venues and shops. A defining characteristic of Edge-class ships is their outward-facing design, which allows for entertainment to be predominantly hosted outdoors, making the most of good weather conditions and the warmer climates these ships tend to visit. This architectural and design philosophy caters to a specific type of cruiser who appreciates open-air experiences and a more intimate boutique atmosphere, though it may not align with the preferences of every guest seeking the traditional large-scale cruise ship entertainment environment. This is the third Edge-class ship we've sailed on, and the theatre entertainment has never let us down. With a perfect view from any seat, the theatre plays host to 3 production shows which are exclusive to Ascent: Awaken, Bridges, and Residency, all of which were extraordinary and have once again set a very high benchmark for cruise ship theatre entertainment. The theatre features a 20-foot tall wraparound 4K LED screen comprised of 17 million pixels and integrates seamlessly with floor projection technology. The shows performed here are incredible and must not be missed. When it comes to service aboard Celebrity Ascent, it met the standard we have come to expect from Celebrity Cruises. Bar service inside the ship was phenomenal and highly personable, which we value. Bar service at poolside bars and other bars outside was a little less friendly, but adequately fast enough, and on average was offered a drink every 20 to 30 minutes or so. So, in summary, the service overall of Celebrity is definitely elevated from that of the mainstream cruise lines like Royal Caribbean and Norwegian, but it's not quite at the level you receive on Holland America and the luxury lines. Whenever we order a drink on a Celebrity ship, we always take a deep breath when reading the menu, as the prices are exorbitant. I've been called a tight Brit many times in the comments, but the reality is that us Brits just aren't used to paying these sorts of prices. There are several packages available to help you save money, but you might have to remortgage your house to pay for them. The cheapest package on offer is the Zero Proof package, which is basically a premium soft drinks package with other cruise lines. This package gives you access to the premium bottled water such as Evian and San Pellegrino, specialty coffees, organic teas, energy drinks, frozen smoothies, Zero Proof cocktails, sodas by pump and can, and freshly squeezed fruit juices. As premium soft drinks packages go, it's very generous with what's on offer, but it does cost $30 per person per day plus the 18% gratuities on top. You would need to be drinking between 6 to 10 soft drinks a day to get your money's worth, when you consider a can of Coke costs $3 and fruit juice and mocktails cost around $5. Something to be mindful of is the fact that none of the drink packages offered by Celebrity include beverages in your cabin minibar. The Classic package is a standard alcohol package on offer and costs around $89 per person per day plus gratuities. It includes everything under the previous packages and all drinks up to the value of $10. But that's a pretty low ceiling when you consider there are more alcoholic beverages over $10 that aren't. Even though there are still plenty of drinks on offer, you do find yourself having to pick your way through the bar menus to see what is available, which does withdraw the element of freedom which usually comes with having a drinks package. If you want to watch those talented bartenders make you a fancy cocktail while chucking ice cubes up in the air, just deduct $10 from the menu price and that is what you'll pay. Those on the Classic package also get 15% off bottles of wine, and be mindful of the exclusions which apply. The Premium package is the most versatile package on board, and does give you huge freedom when it comes to beverages to order, but it comes at an eye-watering cost of $109 per person per day plus gratuities, which will add on around $1,800 onto a standard cruise fare based on a couple sharing a cabin on a 7-night cruise. With this package, you have access to all the drinks, with the exceptions of the minibar charged at $17 or less, which is a bit cheeky, seeing as there's a fair few cocktails in the bar menus which are still charged over that. There is no chance that we would drink over $200 worth of drink in a day, but could you? Let us know in the comments below. Staying connected whilst away on Ascent is easy and a breeze. For cruise ship standards, connectivity was very good indeed, but like everything else on board, the 2 available options come with a hefty price tag. The basic package costs $20 per person per day and is suitable for web browsing, texting, Wi-Fi messaging such as WhatsApp and emails. The Premium Wi-Fi package is $35 per person per day and gives you freedom to do pretty much anything online. If you aren't bothered about using internet whilst away, you'll still be able to access the Celebrity Cruise app, allowing you to book restaurants, reserve shore excursions, check your cabin statement and find out what's happening all around the ship. The app is the same system used by Royal Caribbean and works as seamlessly as all other forms of technology on board. Boarding Celebrity Ascent, we had high expectations, not just because of its steep price tag, but also due to the reputation we have come to expect from Celebrity and the Edge class from past personal experience. As the newest addition to the Celebrity cruise fleet, Celebrity Ascent mirrors beyond in many aspects, offering a stunning and luxurious cruise experience. While it boasts subtle enhancements, like sunshades over the martini hot tubs, these minor tweaks don't significantly elevate it above Beyond. In fact, in a direct comparison, Beyond might just have the edge over her newer sister. Celebrity Ascent exemplifies the groundbreaking vision of the Edge class, maintaining the high standards set by its predecessor. It shines practically in areas like theatre entertainment, the diversity and quality of dining options both in the main dining and the specialty restaurants, an extensive selection of beverages, despite costs which could lead you to the requirement of therapy for an average Brit. Celebrity Ascent stands as a testament to Celebrity Cruises' ongoing commitment to innovation and premium cruising. While it closely follows the template set by Beyond, it continues to impress and provide a top-tier experience. Much like its sister ship, a voyage on Celebrity Ascent is not a mere casual getaway. It's a premium adventure, steep in cost but rich in value, offering an experience that justifies every penny of its price.